Hello everyone, welcome back to another episode of Francis Entertainment Center. The first stories today are Just One Bite and The Bully. Enjoy the video. Callie's here. She purrs a lot. At the Krusty Krab, Squidward hands a customer a tray of a king-size Ultra Krabby Supreme with mayonnaise. After seeing the customer eat it, Squidward expresses his disgust for Krabby Patties despite never having eaten one. SpongeBob insists that he tries one, claiming that they are so popular that only people who dislike Krabby Patties have never eaten one. To get SpongeBob to leave him alone, Squidward eventually bites a piece of the patty. Squidward's opinion of Krabby Patties seemed to remain unchanged, as he angrily says that the Krabby Patty is the worst food he has ever eaten and buries the patty to its death. When a dejected SpongeBob leaves, Squidward desperately digs up the patty and eats the remains. Realizing that he loves them, he wants to have more, but after already stating that he hates Krabby Patties to SpongeBob, Squidward forces himself to sneak for one without him, knowing as he thinks that SpongeBob would never let him live it down if he found out that Squidward likes them. Squidward tries to have another Krabby Patty by stating an order to SpongeBob for a triple Krabby Supreme on a kelp bun, with extra sea pickles and burnt to the crisp. After making it, SpongeBob announces the supposed customer's order. No one responds, bringing him to the conclusion that they must have left, so he eats him himself, leaving Squidward disappointed. After this attempt fails, Squidward then resorts to eating a half-eaten Krabby Patty from the trash can and digs it up. Before he can eat it, SpongeBob grabs the patty and sadly burns it, claiming that a Krabby Patty should not be disposed of in such means, and Squidward sobs. After having a dream of having a giant Krabby Patty as his wife, a determined Squidward continues to try to eat another patty by going back to the Krusty Krab in the middle of the night and tiptoeing past SpongeBob's house. As he enters the Krusty Krab, he gets flamed up by 2 buckets of gas as a booby traps and security. He then enters the patty vault, where legions of ready-made Krabby Patties are. Before he can have another, SpongeBob enters. Squidward is surprised that SpongeBob is there, and SpongeBob says that he always comes to work at 3 a.m. to count the sesame seeds. SpongeBob is confused as to why Squidward is in the Krusty Krab at such an early time with the patty vault open and a Krabby Patty behind his back, or realizing that he likes Krabby Patties. Once SpongeBob asks Squidward, the latter finally breaks, admitting that he loves Krabby Patties before wolfing down the patties in the vault. SpongeBob admits he knew it all along that Squidward could not resist a Krabby Patty's taste. However, Squidward starts eating too many Krabby Patties, and SpongeBob warns him not to eat all of them. All of the eaten Krabby Patties go down to Squidward's thighs, as, he sarcastically predicts, cause him to subsequently explode. Later, a beheaded Squidward is taken to the hospital in an ambulance, and a paramedic who's sitting beside him, holding his tentacles, says that he remembers the time he had his first Krabby Patty. SpongeBob is at boating school, and Mrs. Puff announces a new student will be joining the class. His name is Flats the Flounder, and he tells SpongeBob that he's going to kick his butt. SpongeBob at first assumes he is joking, but Flats soon makes it clear that he really means to beat up SpongeBob. A paranoid SpongeBob tries to seek help and to reason with Flats, but to no avail. SpongeBob asks Patrick for help, only to learn that he and Flats were buddies back in community college. Then tries to go to Mrs. Puff to help, who talks to Flats and explains to SpongeBob that kicking his butt means that Flats wants to become his friend, which is obviously not true. He then encounters Flats' dad in a boat and confronts him about his son's actions, only for the latter to go up to his father and threaten him as well. SpongeBob panics and sprints away. Eventually, runs away into town, where Flats attempts to run over him with a garbage truck, but he drives over a banana peel SpongeBob drops, causing it to flip over. Flats awakens in the hospital, where he learns that SpongeBob saved his life by performing CPR on him for 5 hours straight. Despite this, Flats continues to pursue SpongeBob. When SpongeBob runs through the town and warns everyone about Flats, some people kick an old man's butt who they think is going to kick SpongeBob's butt. Harold angrily asks how many times they have to teach this old man this lesson. Eventually, Flats corners SpongeBob in his own home, where he proceeds to beat him up. However, due to SpongeBob's spongy body, he absorbs the blows without harm. Flats continues to beat SpongeBob non-stop throughout all the next week until he finally faints from exhaustion. His classmates cheer for SpongeBob. However, pitying Flats, SpongeBob starts a speech about how violence leads to nowhere, which ends with him raising a fist. Just then, Mrs. Puff enters and sees Flats unconscious and SpongeBob making a fist, and believes that SpongeBob beat up Flats. Mrs. Puff then yells at SpongeBob that she's going to kick his butt.